Alrighty, folks, I am so excited for today. Okay, let me pop over here, let you guys see me. Hello everyone in the chat. My name is VooDoo Val and I'm going to be your host today for another episode of Graphic Glow Up, and today is Operation User Icons, custom user icons, which I think is going to be pretty fun. I feel like a lot of us here in the chat today, or any of you folks watching this video in the future, user icons is a really awesome thing to have to kind of I guess, kind of boost your social media presence. I think that a user icon is one of the very first things that people see when you like their posts or when you come up in a social media feed, be it on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram, Twitter, all of these things. And having a really cool, attractive looking user icon is always a really good thing to have when it comes to creating a really great social media presence. But if you're like me, it's kind of hard to manage that, right? It's kind of hard to find a great icon to use. And personally, I use a picture of my face, but I am an extroverted introvert, and taking pictures of my face is not something that I do very often at all. I think I recently changed my user icon to a new photo of me, like within the last few months, and before I changed it, the photo was like 5 or 6 years old. My hair was like this short, and it was straightened to this short, and like as you can see, like even in a ponytail, my hair is super long now. I don't look anything like I looked 5 years ago, and so I needed a little change. But for those of you in the chat, maybe you folks need a user icon, and you don't like attaching your mug to your business, and so today we're going to go over some really great ways to kind of create a cool user icon, and at least one lucky person in the chat is going to come away today with a free VooDoo Val custom user icon. So folks, one thing that I'm going to need from you before we get started, or just as we go along in our episode today, if any of you are comfortable posting a selfie in the game show channel of the Discord, I'm going to choose one of you folks and I'm going to draw your face. I'm going to draw your face and I'm going to send it to you, and you're going to have a little illustrated user icon to use for free. I'm just gonna snag a random one of you guys. If I have time, I'll do more than one. But I'm just gonna snag some. If you guys are comfortable, post some selfies. Let me see your face. And I'll draw at least one of you. Yes. I see familiar faces in the chat. I see Cody, I see Becca, I see Annika, Sean, Steve Casaboom, Jan, welcome in, Cethos, hello. It is good to see all of you folks. George, hi. I see Z, Richard Wells, it's good to have you. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped. I think it's gonna be fun. And also we're gonna be taking a look at the Discord today. If you folks have done any artwork during any of these shows that you would like to share, I'm gonna give you folks a big shout out and show some of your work. If you have been working on work during these episodes or doing any Adobe Live streams that you'd just like to share, that you'd like to show people that you've done, that's cool too. Post some cool work in the game show channel of the Photoshop Discord, and I'll pull up your work and I'll give you a shout out. We're gonna be doing that today. It's gonna be pretty fun. I just illustrated my face in vectors. That's amazing, Chantel. Post that. Let us see it. I wanna see it. Post to where in Discord? In the game show, #game show channel of the Photoshop Discord. All right, so let's dive into it. I'm going to go over a few easier ways to create a user icon, and then we're going to get into the illustration bit of that. Okay, so I'm going to pop over here. I have created this file. It is just 3 artboards, and a couple of them have my logo. My logo is actually a logo that I created during one of the Photoshop Daily daily creative challenges. I made a daily creative challenge based on how to create a quick logo that would be like pretty professional looking, pretty cool. And I actually, the one I threw together in like 30 minutes actually ended up being one that I really, really liked. So I've been using it. And I use it because I know that struggle. I know that feeling. Like a lot of us probably create logos every day for other people, but when it comes to creating logos for your own business, for yourself, nothing ever seems good enough. Nothing ever seems to look quite right. And I found that when I just said, you know what? To heck with it, I'm just gonna make something cool. I wonder if I try this, if this will look good. It ended up looking neat, so I've been using it. And that's what you see here today. All right, so I'm gonna just kind of zoom in here. Now, if you have a logo, this would be the moment to use that logo. If you do not have a logo, what I think you should do, if you'd like to follow along with me today, is just use a letter. Use the first letter of your business. Use like an abbreviation of your business. Use the first couple of letters, the first letter in each word of your business, or your username. You could use your full username if you want, and start with that. Very, very simple. And what I'm going to do is we're going to go over a clean user icon. So for any of your businesses or social media presences out there that call for like a very clean kind of style, we're going to do clean. Then we're going to do kind of punchy, actiony type user icons. And then we're going to get into the illustration for those of you who want your face, but you don't want to use a photo, or you don't like to keep up with like taking current photos of yourself. We're gonna draw our faces. Did anything important happen in the last 2 minutes? My internet crashed. I was just talking. I was just doing my thing that I do. It's okay. All right, so for the first one we have, I'm going to make sure to collapse. I think this is, yeah, here's my artboard. So I'm gonna call this clean one. Boom. And what I'm going to do is I am just going to change the color of the logo in the background to some pretty cool colors that I like to use for my brand. So my logo right now is just like kind of a dark gray color. And I think that for the background, I'm just going to grab like maybe a purple color. We'll kind of put together a color palette here. And I think that a purple will look cool. This purple is actually like, we're working with two, maybe not dark colors, but it's not very saturated. And I'm wondering if I zoom out, are people going to be able to see that? So what I might do is crank this up. That could be interesting. I wonder what it would look like if we made my logo just a little bit larger. Something that could be cool as well. Let's see, let's leave this one. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna grab my artboard tool, which is just right underneath the move tool here. If you click V on your keyboard, I'm gonna make sure to select that. And I'm going to Control J to duplicate that and just make myself another one here. And I'm gonna try another combo. I'm gonna try another cool combo. I'm thinking it might be cool to select my paint bucket tool, which if you hover over is just G on your keyboard. And I'm going to hold Alt and I'm going to sample this gray, and I will make the background gray. And then on my logo, I'll actually use a clipping mask for this. So I'm going to hit Control Shift in or Command Shift in if you are using a Mac. Which will bring up this nifty little window for me. I'm gonna hit OK. And I'm gonna change the color of my logo. Let's go ahead and make sure that this is a clipping mask. And I'm gonna maybe use like a green. Could be cool here if that will work. Hello? Wherefore art thou? Let me turn this into a smart object. There we go. That kind of looks cool. So I love to use like a charcoal gray, purple, like a dark, spooky olive green, and like a burnt orange. Burnt orange is definitely a favorite of mine. These two color combos are actually pretty neat. So I like that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And then another thing is you can kind of dissect your logo. So I have an icon here for mine, but if you have like a more simple logo, or if you are following along today just using a letter, then you could do something like this. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate that one. And I'm going to come in here to my logo, and I'm just going to select the V, because the V is pretty darn awesome. If I do say so myself, I'm just going to Control J. And then I'm going to right click that and transform that into a smart object. Make sure I I'm just going to hide the full logo. And I'll Control T or Command T, and I will scale this up. Boom. So I have like that V, which I think is also really cool. Like if I were to zoom out, I feel like that would be really neat. If you can imagine all of this, let's go ahead and let's group this together. And I'm going to duplicate that and hide one, and then I will right click and convert to smart object. If I make an ellipse underneath here, let's see if I just hold shift to make a perfect circle like so. We can do something like this, and then I will right click my full group, which I've transformed to a smart object, and create a clipping mask. So you can kind of start to see, like, what would this look like? What would this look like if this was like my Instagram icon or whatever it is I'm going to use for this? I think that actually looks really, really cool. I'm going to group all those together, and I'll just kind of move this into the center of my canvas here. But you can see how you can start with very simple shapes and some cool colors and kind of go to town creating like a clean logo. Let's try one that's orange. We're getting into spooky season here, so I'll duplicate and I'll create one more here, and we'll open that up, and we'll hide that first one, and we will open up our main group, and maybe for this one, let's see if we kind of hunt around for like a burnt orange color. Let's go ahead and place that. And then we could do the charcoal. We could do the charcoal for that one. That actually looks pretty awesome. It's pretty rockin', I think. And then I'm gonna come in here and duplicate my ellipse and then just drag that down into my other group here. Let's throw that in there. And then we will grab all of these, right click, convert to smart object, and then we will create a clipping mask to that ellipse right down there. And then I think I'll do some resizing, some noodling here with that, just to kind of make ourselves some cool icons. And I think they look cool. You know, it really doesn't take too much. So if you are kind of struggling to find a cool purpose for your logo, a way to incorporate that into a user icon, I think that you can see here, you can very quickly, very easily create something that looks really, really nice. I might actually do one that incorporates some purple real quick into our like circular icon there. Let's go ahead and hide that. We'll open up our main here again. Actually, let's go ahead and collapse that again. I'm just going to do this because we haven't done this for these. I did make a smart object for this, and remember, if you create a smart object after a group of elements, you can always just come to that smart object and double click it, and it'll open it up in another file. And I'm going to come over here and select this purple color, come back over here, and then I'm thinking maybe we make the icon purple. I think maybe a dark purple would be cool. Maybe less saturated, kind of a, yeah. And then maybe we'll come over and grab our green as well, and let's put that green in the, yeah, ooh, I like it. Val likes it. And then I'll go ahead and save, close that, and oh, you know what? I used the smart object which was duplicated, and so I can't really, it changed the other smart object since it was a duplicate of that smart object. So what I'll do is, let's go ahead and duplicate this one here, And we'll kind of do that over again. Keep that in mind, folks, as you go through. While when you're making smart objects, if you duplicate those smart objects and use them in other portions of the project, when you change it, it will change across the board, which is what just happened. So let me come over here, and let's go ahead and clean this one up. Let's do this one. So let's grab let's put the green in the background. Let's go ahead and do that. And then on our clipping mask here, let's select this purple, and then let's make a more desaturated darker purple and go ahead and throw that in there, which looks really good. I'm thinking maybe even more desaturated could be, yeah, like that. And then we will go ahead and convert that to smart object. So it's a new smart object. And then we'll select our ellipse. We'll go ahead and Control or Command J just to duplicate it, bring it down. And then we'll put a clipping mask, apply that as a clipping mask. And I'll make this one a little bit smaller because I did resize some of those other ones. And then we'll bump that right in there. Boom. All right, so I have kind of an assortment, if you will, of logos and user icons here, and I like them. I might actually use one of these as I go through my own branding. But you can see, you know, I have branding colors that I prefer to use, and very quickly and easily you can kind of create something there. What I might do is come over to this one here. I'll hit V on my keyboard, grab my move tool, and then I can just click the title here of the clean logo. I'll open that, and let's see what it looks like if we kind of keep this same purple across the board. It's not bad. I'm wondering if maybe we can, let's go ahead and convert that logo into a smart object, make a new layer, make a clipping mask on that layer, and let's grab this orange. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. We'll leave it like that. That looks neat. So there we go. We have like a bunch of clean user icons, which is really cool. So next, we could create one that's a little more illustrative, without illustration per se, like not a drawing of a person, but rather a drawing of the logo itself. Rapid fire, yes. The objects are smarter than us. They are smarter than even I. You guys are funny. If you do it via copy, it will create a separate one and you can edit. Ooh, great tip, Becca. So if you, let me go over here to our smart object. If you right click that, and say, we should be able to, yeah, or maybe right click it here. Let me go like so. I'll hide that. Oops. I'll do it on the other one. I should be able to right click this. Let me make sure I'm on like a selection tool or my move tool. I should be able to layer via copy. Why am I blanking on where that is? You ever do that where like you're using a program that you use all the time and all of a sudden you blank on where it's at? Somebody wants to throw that in the chat. I should know that. I probably have used it on stream about 100 or so times. New smart object via copy. Okay. Did I hover over it? Did I hover over it? Yeah, new smart object via copy. Okay, there we go. I was looking for layer via copy, which was the problem. But yeah, if you do new smart object via copy, it will be the same smart object duplicated, but they won't be linked to each other. So if you change one, it won't change the other. Excellent. Tim Loomis says all the time. Yeah, it just happens. It happens to all of us. All right, let me make sure I didn't miss anything in the chat. I see a lot of people posting, a lot of people sharing. Claudia, hello, it's good to see you. Welcome in. Mubashir, welcome in. It's good to see you. Elizabeth Mock, welcome in. It's always a great time when you are in the chat. Chinoa, hello. Good afternoon to you as well. Good afternoon from Northern California. Let's see, I never used Discord. Where and how do I post? If you go into, we'll get a link in the chat to the Photoshop Discord. You'll be able to look on the right hand side when you join. There's a bunch of channels there, and if you go to #GameShow, just scroll down there on the left. That is where you will want to find that. Those colors are very Val. Yes, these are like my kind of colors. This is what I love. All right, so we've got all of those. Those are our clean user icons, and now we're going to do something that's a little more illustrative. So I'm going to come over here to Artboard Copy, and I'm going to call this Punchy, because why not? Punchy. Boom, because this is going to be a little punchy. And all we're going to do here is we're going to utilize our same colors, but we are going to trace our logo and make it a little fancy. So if I want to do like, let's see, let's look at our color combos we've got going here. I'm going to use this green. So let me open that up. I'll grab my paint bucket, grab my green, and I'm going to throw that in the back there if I can. Make sure I'm on the right layer here. Boom. And I'll keep it going with the charcoal. I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to turn the opacity on the logo down there. And then I'm going to draw over it. I'm going to give it like some texture, make it look pretty cool. And let me make a new layer. I'm going to hit B on my keyboard, access my brushes, and I'm just going to look through my brushes here. I have a ton of brushes. I have lots and lots of brushes that I've kind of gathered over the years. And if you want, you can find new brushes. If we go, can we get the link maybe to Kyle T. Webster's Photoshop brushes? Because there's a lot of really great brushes there for you. I also actually have a resource for you if you'd like. This is a place where I get a lot of brushes for digital painting. Let me see. Let me see if I can find this link for you. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so this is digitalbrushes.tumblr.com. And I'm going to scroll through here real quick just to make sure everything is family friendly, which I believe it is. And I'll pull this up and I will show you guys how cool this is. Let me put this link in the chat for y'all. And then I will give you the rundown. This is really, really great, especially for those of you who are digital painters like myself. This is a really great resource. Cody says to download Kyle Webster's brushes, go to the brush menu, gear icon, get more brushes. Oh, yes, you're right. Let me right click gear and get more brushes, which should open that up for you. So you can find it right there in Photoshop. But this is digitalbrushes.tumblr.com. And what they do here is, this is just a really big archive of some super amazing artists that post their paintings. Like, this is just mind-blowing. This is amazing. And so they give a credit to the artist, and then where you can find their brushes. If they sell their brushes on like Gumroad, if they give their brushes for free, if they've posted on like DeviantArt or ArtStation or Behance with like a link to the pack, it gives you that link. And then you can use the brushes that these artists used in their projects. So here you can see, here's like more of a illustrative or painterly character artist. And so these ones are for Krita. They have like a whole bunch there, but I like to come through and just find some really cool Photoshop stuff after seeing the artwork and seeing kind of how they utilize the texture in their brushes and things. So it's really, really cool. Definitely check that out. I go there and I go to Kyle for all of my Photoshop brush needs. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look, these are some cool halftone brushes from Kyle. I wonder if these could be what we use. Let me go ahead and sample our brush there with the dark charcoal. That could work. It could work. Let me see what else we have going on here. This is kind of a funky one. I do like that. I kind of want one that is less a pattern and more like just a texture. Let's see what we can get going. What is that? Ooh, I actually really like this. Okay, so here's a couple of things that we could do here. We can do the illustrative thing, which we will do. But what I'd like to do is, let's try this first, because I just had an idea. I'm going to go ahead and change that to 100% opacity. I'm going to make sure that this is converted to a smart object. I'm going to clipping mask to this so that it is the same color as our background, so it's kind of invisible. And then I'll make another clipping mask just above that, and we'll snag our charcoal. And then we could just paint in a texture or pattern, and that looks kind of neat. I think maybe it would look better if we just used the V though. So let's go ahead here and we'll mask this. Let me hit L on my keyboard to grab my lasso. And we'll just, I'm lassoing with my mouse, which I should be using my stylus since I have that available to me. But I'm gonna go ahead and mask that. So it's just our V. And then we will make that, ooh, not that big. That's crazy. That's crazy, Val. Come on. Let's make that smaller. Boom. There we go. So that's kind of cool. We could do some patterns, which would be neat. Let's go ahead and duplicate with Control or Command J, just to mess with that. And I'm gonna leave the V, I think, and we'll try one more interesting pattern. Let's grab, let's see, maybe something larger could be cool. What's this? That might be too large. Let me, oh, there we go. Okay, that's kind of cool. Kind of paint that in there, just like a little texture. I kind of liked the scales. This one's like a half moon. Could be kind of interesting. That looks cool. The texture isn't really very big, but I wonder if we just go like that and then transform it, if we could. I don't know if that's gonna work out. Let's see. Where did those cool waves go? I think they're right here. Yeah, I like this. I think that's cool. I think that's neat. I think it looks awesome. That's kind of neat. And I don't know if you would be able to see that, but you know, it could be fun. Let's go ahead and duplicate, do another punchy here. I'm gonna go ahead and just delete these, and I will hide this, and we will turn this on a lower opacity again. I think I can delete this one too. Let's go ahead and delete. I am going to right click and delete that layer mask so that we can view our entire logo again. And I will bring this down here and we'll kind of do what I had planned initially. So let's grab like, a texture-y brush. I think a texture-y brush would look really cool here. Let's see what this is all about. That's kind of cool. It's kind of a cool one there. And what we can do is, let me crank this opacity down even further, is we can kind of draw it, which might be interesting. What I might do is tap, hold shift, and just click where I want it to go. That could be cool just to add a little bit of texture. Could be neat. I don't know, we're experimenting here. Let's go ahead and drag this over here like so, and then I'll come in and I'm just gonna draw here. Let me make this a little smaller. And I'll erase. That could be fun too. I feel like maybe a different brush would be needed for something like this. So let's go ahead and hide that and let's test some things. I do like my Blocko brush, which is fun. If I can make sure that I am painting. Why? Oh, because I'm using an eraser to paint. And I have the Blocko brush actually applied with Dissolve, the Dissolve blend mode. So if I, come down here and change that, you can change it if you like, but if I paint with Dissolve, it's actually kind of cool. Boom. Could be fun to kind of just give it a little extra character. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to be perfect, I don't think. I think that just kind of giving it a little extra character, almost making it look like kind of hand drawn, could be actually pretty fun. If we wanted to do that. Boom. Get a little of that going. And I think it just adds a little extra something to a logo. So you can make it look like it's drawn instead of making it look super clean. You could even come in behind it and let's go ahead and hide this original there. And we could grab, I kind of like that double line there. I think I'm going to leave that double line. I wonder if it would look cool if we made a double line here. Let me make sure I get that like actually spaced properly though. Boom. And then do a double line here maybe just to kind of make it spicy. I don't know. We're experimenting here. That's kind of cool. And then I could come in on another layer if I wanted to and grab like maybe this orange. And I could come in and just do some kind of, I don't know. We're experimenting. Maybe this is where, what's that? Nah. Let's grab, I wonder what this would look like if we just did a little, could be interesting. I don't know. I think I'd have to spend a little more time with that. But you know, you see what I'm saying. Like you could come in and do some pretty cool things. I guess you could also like just with the nature of my logo specifically, I could come in and add a little bit of character here and just like paint in this little area and make it really illustrative if I wanted to. I could come in and do something like that, and then I could do the rest of them purple or something. I don't know, just kind of spitballing here. But you know, jump in and yourself and kind of experiment with what you could possibly do for you. But the next thing I want to do, because I think we have maybe, yeah, about 30 or 25 minutes left, is that actually kind of looks like stained glass or something. That's actually kind of neat. I would like to draw somebody from the chat. Because the next thing that you could do when creating user icons is, you know, instead of using a picture of yourself, is you could use a drawing of yourself. So I'm going to peek at the Discord and see if we got anybody posting selfies in there. And if not, then I might volunteer Cody. If not, I might just paint Cody. But we'll see. Let me pull up my Discord and see if we got anybody. Did we get anybody? Yes, they got so many! We got so many things. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. Cody, can I just show this? Can I just show how great this is? I love it. Okay, Cody, you are a queen. You just are. All right, we got Sean posting in here. We got Urial. I really, really, really like Urial's, photo. This is really great. I don't know if this is from like the Ren Fair or Renaissance Fair or something. We got Steve Festus Costume in here. We got some other ones. I think I might go with Urial just because it's given me like high fantasy vibes big time here. So let's snag this picture of Urial. Let me go ahead and save image. And I'm going to save this to Graphic Glow Up on my computer real quick. Let me go ahead and go into Graphic Glow Up 2022. Save. All right. And I'm going to make a new artboard just so that I can have my reference up. Let's go ahead and just make a new artboard real quick. And I'm going to throw this picture of Urial in here. This is a great picture. If nobody has checked, or you guys don't know which picture I'm talking about, it's great. Let me just go ahead and drop this in here. Look at this! Look at this! It's amazing! I love it! Okay, here we go. Urial, it is time. It is time to make art with your face. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make a new layer real quick. I'm going to, I think I can use this, or we'll use like maybe the Blocko. Okay, actually, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch these. I'm gonna put this over here, so that I can paint on this artboard right here. Let me drop that in there, make sure that's there. All right, because I'm right-handed, so if I could, you know, look at my other, look over to the left as I'm painting with my right, that's more comfortable for me. So what styles and things could be possible when it comes to illustrating a user icon, when you're doing an illustration of yourself or of your client or whoever? Keep in mind, as we've kind of gone through, is you kind of want to be able to see these from far away, or just, you know, as icons that are very small. So we want to simplify his face, and it's very, this is just so good. This is gonna be like very, very Shakespearean. I can feel it. So I'm just gonna do like a little, let me make my brush smaller. I'm just gonna do like a little circle for your head here, and I'm gonna sketch out the hat. That's what the hat looks like. That's definitely what the hat looks like. And then I'm just going to kind of put in some sketchy lines for the hair. So I feel like that's a very iconic portion of your look, the do that you have going on here. And then we have to get this collar in here, and I'm gonna make it way frillier and way more exaggerated, and then we're gonna go ahead and give you like the bust here, which we will make kind of fancy. Okay, there we go. It looks like it's stable for me, but maybe it was stable all the while and I was just getting warnings. I don't know. I'm gonna wait. Actually, I'll refresh my Adobe Live just to make sure. I don't know if my chat is updating anymore. Oh yeah, okay. I can see me on the stream. It's lagged, but back. Okay, okay, cool. So I don't know if you heard what I said, but it kind of reminds me of Emperor Cusco from Emperor's New Groove right now. So we gotta take care of that. We gotta make this look like our good friend Urial here. So we're gonna kind of defining features of the face. So his eyebrows are straight across, so we'll put some eyebrows straight across. We're going to, I think in this case, kind of just do the nostrils here. We don't have to do like a full nose if we don't want to. We could make like a nostril shape, like a triangle that looks like the nose, but I'll come in and do that later. We definitely want to get this amazing mustachio combo that he's got going on here for sure. There's another defining feature. Gotta have that. We gotta have the goatee here, which is very cool. And then we'll bring that down. Just as many of the defining recognizable features as you can get. And then we'll kind of clean it up. So there's that. I think that is kind of situated pretty nicely. We'll put in some little lines there for the cheekbones, and then I'm going to throw in his hair. And after we get all of the main things that the illustration needs to have in it, then we can kind of stylize it. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to embellish with the hair. We're going to put some hair strands kind of coming down like so. I think this is super fun. This is great. I feel like I should have done a let's draw people from the chat a long time ago. I feel like the face is a little bit longer, but we'll clean it up. We still got to come in and clean things up. There we go. The hat is really big in my sketch, so we kind of need to tone the hat down a little bit. We need to tone that down. I think I'm also drawing you from another angle than you've submitted the photo, so I'm kind of embellishing here as we go. I want to get that in. I think maybe we'll bring that in over here. Also, I need to check the time and make sure I'm not spending all of our time today on the... Okay, we got about 10 minutes. I think we can do this in 10 minutes. Boom. Also, the last few minutes of stream, I'm gonna run through all of the awesome artwork that you folks maybe feel like sharing. So if you want to post something that you have done along with me for these graphic glow up episodes, or if you'd like to share some art that you have done just on your own while you're watching them, anything that you've been working on lately that you'd love for people to get some eyes on, maybe you have a new case study up on Behance that you'd like to go over, anything like that, please share it. Let us see what you've been working on. I'm gonna do some little lines here for our frilly collar. Well, some little squiggles for our collar there. Boom. And then I'm going to come down with the shoulders into this bust. And we are kind of doing this as quickly as possible, but I'm going to clean this up. Uriel, I'm gonna send this to you. If you want to DM me on Discord and send me an email or something for you, or I could make you a Dropbox link. I will also put a little extra love into it outside of the stream and send it your way. Okay, so we've got kind of a sketch. I feel like the sketch could be a little cleaner, but I do want to add some extra something to this before we close out for today. So let's go ahead, let's make this a little larger. I'm going to kind of zoom out just so we can see what we got going. I'm kind of going to bring that face in just a little bit because I think your face is a little narrower than I have illustrated it. I think that's kind of cool. All right. And now let's do some colors. Let's do colors. Okay. I'm going to use these colors that I've kind of been working with. So I'm going to go ahead in here with the green. That's not green, that's purple. And then I am going to come in with some orange in like a lighter color. So I'll make a new layer. I will sample our orange color and I'm going to make it a little lighter. And I'm going to, oops, with my brush, and I'm going to come in and I'm going to kind of color in a shape of your head here. Boom, there's a big shape. I'm going to grab our charcoal color because your hat is black, and we're going to throw in a charcoal color for the hat here. I'm going to also kind of bump the sketch layer down here, so we'll come in with a charcoal. And as you're doing this, if you decide that this is something that you would like to do for you and your brand, I think that kind of keeping in mind still, even through this portion of the process, keeping in mind what are the large defining features. So we've got the hat, we've got the face. On a new layer here, I'm going to come in. I might actually separate these layers wise. Boom. And I'm going to layer via cut like so. And I'm going to make sure that this kind of carries down like that. So we've got the hat in there. We want to come in between these and do hair, which I'm going to sample some of this brown. And I'm going to make one shape. We want one shape for the hair. Boom. Get that going. Just like so. How are we doing on time? He has no ears. He doesn't need ears. I've never met a person that needed ears. Never in my life have I met. Time does not allow for ears 100%. If you're lucky, Uriel, we'll have time at the very end for ears, but if we don't have time, you're out of luck. You're out of luck, friend. I've taken them. I've taken the ears. Okay. Cool beans. I think that's starting to look pretty neat. Let's go ahead with this skin tone that I've chosen. Let's grab like a darker color. And then underneath, let's do underneath the hair. Let's go ahead and do like a shadow. Boom, like so. Just to kind of add a little bit of difference there. And on top of that, let's grab this lovely gold color that you've got going on here. And let's do a large shape for the gold. I'm gonna make your whole top gold since we are limited on time because I still want to pull up our Discord. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll grab maybe the hair color and go ahead and kind of put that in there. And then let's grab a lighter color than the skin tone. And let's throw in some eyes like so. Throw in some eyes like so. Let's grab our shadow color here. Let's do, actually we want something lighter than that. So let's go ahead and throw in like a nose shadow. Let's throw in some cheek shadow here. Gotta get your cheeks on. All right, throw in some cheek shadow like so. Let's do like a kind of like the shadow of the lids here. Boom, just to give a little bit of a defining feature there. And then I think what we can do, let's grab a more saturated bright, or maybe less saturated bright color here. Let's do a little spot of light on the nose there. Let's do a little spot of light there and there. Maybe here too, I don't know. Maybe we'll do some light on the lips. Boom. And then I'm going to hide this as much as we can. And I'm going to grab this hair color and I'm going to come in and do a little more detail here. Now I am going to clean this up outside of stream, as I mentioned, so that you have a less sketchy, more defined little version of you. Which you can use if you so choose on your social media. You are more than welcome to use it once I finish it. I think that looks pretty, it's starting to look pretty good, honestly. It was a little rocky there for a second. We were a little Cusco-esque for a little while there, but it is coming together, I do believe, and this has been fun. I really do like being able to do little things like this where I can paint you guys. It's coming together. It's coming together. It has a little ways to go, but I think that it is starting to look like our good friend Urial here. But yeah, as you kind of make your way through this sort of project, just pay attention to what are the defining features, the defining parts of the person that you're illustrating. It's kind of the same thing that a lot of caricature artists do, is like, what makes this person distinctive, and make sure that you get those portions of that person in the illustration. And as long as you kind of keep to that, you will eventually, I think, create an illustration that looks like the goal. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna call it quits on this for now. Because we do need to get into the Discord, but gotta color the goatee. Trying to switch from mouse to tablet and having a lot of issues. Any suggestions on resources? It depends on, if you want suggestions for which tablet to use or whatever. I do use a Cintiq, but I had a lot of success with the Intuos Pro, and just stay on it. I struggled for a lot of years trying to do the whole switching from pen and paper to tablet, or switching from mouse to tablet, and I got really discouraged with myself a lot of times, and I gave up, and I thought that maybe I just was never going to be able to do it properly, but really it was just, I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself in making that change, and it took me a while because I kept stopping. So put that practice in every day, stay on it, and I think that you will do just fine. All right, so we're gonna pop into the Discord. I'm just adding a little bit of details here as we come in, but it's starting to look pretty good. All right, so let's pop over to Discord because we got about 5 minutes left here, and I want to give you guys a big shout out, kind of show off some things that you all have been doing. Let me see. Let's jump in here. Make sure I got my Discord. Ba-boom. All right, so this is from Chantel. This is amazing. I think this is what you were talking about, having done like a vector image of yourself. I love this. I think this is really cool. It's very dramatic and it's super stylized, and I love that you have like different colors of outline for each of the like vector areas, like for the hair and the glasses and everything. I think that's a really nice touch. I think you did a really good job. I love the clouds in here. I love everything. It's very distinctive. I also feel like I haven't seen a picture of your actual face, but I'm sure it's very recognizable as you as well. And I think this would actually also make a really great user icon if you chose to do that. We got some pictures of our wonderful, glorious friends from the Adobe Live chat. Look at all of our friends. Look at Cody. And there was one in here that I saw that was posted recently. Look at Sean. That I really wanted to highlight. This is really great. So this was from our last episode, creating streaming assets if you want to stream on Behance or whatnot. And I honestly, this is something, this is from Jasmine Olivia. This is so good. Like seriously, I feel like this is a whole vibe. What do you guys think? This is like a whole vibe for a brand and everything. I think it is so neat. I'm really partial to like pink and purple and blue and like vaporwave, retro wave type 80s stuff, which I feel like this kind of has some of that vibe with like the big, bold, metallic 3D letters and stuff. But I love how you've combined like the line art and kind of chunky fonts and stuff here with your socials. And this is really great. This is really cool. I would love to see if you end up making like a full streaming package of what that ends up looking like. But it's really, really great. And I'm just going to scroll through here because we've had some other folks kind of come through here over the months and weeks that we have been doing stuff here on Graphic Glow Up. And we've had some pretty nifty things coming through here, which I love. So I just wanted to be able to scroll through here and show that, you know, you guys have been sharing your art in here, and I did not want to have all of that go unseen and unshown, because I really appreciate when you guys jump in here and show me what you're working on. I'm gonna come down here and see if anything new has been posted. I don't think so, but this has been pretty, yeah, nifty things, nifty stuff and things. I do have just a minute or so left. So I guess I will leave you with a closing thank you. You guys are all awesome. We've been doing this show for a while, trying to inspire each other and motivate ourselves and everyone else in the chat to create and to not feel so bad about some of the struggles and things that we go through as artists, kind of being hard on ourselves and everything. And I hope that I, with this show, have like helped you guys kind of motivate you or inspire you to keep on the grind, to keep on the journey, and keep creating. And I wanted you all to know that you've done the very same thing for me. I love being able to do these shows, and I love seeing your excitement in the chat, and you guys give me a lot of positive encouragement for my own work. So thank you very much. It has been a blast. You guys rock. You guys are amazing. And I'm gonna take off here. But it's been a blast, and I will see you around the bend on Adobe Live in the future. All right, everybody. Much love. I'll see you next time. Oh, and message me, Uriel. I'm gonna send you this.